Hi guys, welcome back to another video on Ishan Videos and Gaming. So today we're going to be doing something different. I'm on this website called Scratch, and Scratch is basically a website where you can create your own games and projects by doing some coding. So you want to go to scratch.mit.edu, and then you want to create an account, and then you can create your own games and projects. So what you want to do is on the top left, there's going to be a button called create, like somewhere around here, and you want to click on that. So then this will appear. So you can see that there's a cat right here, this cat. So and then the first thing you'll probably notice is that there are these things, these blocks, and these are all pieces of code. So basically, if I were to drag this, move 10 steps into this area, which is the blocks area, then if I clicked on it, the cat or our character would move 10 steps each time. So I'm going to be showing you how to create a cool game where you have to avoid a ball from touching you. So let's get started. So on this side, you'll see a bunch of circles of different colors, and each one of them has a name. So there's motion, looks, sound, events, control, sensing, operators, variables in my box. So each one has a different thing. So basically in motion, it would have all the things where like how to move your character, and then in looks, it would have it like change the size or like how it looks. In sound, it would like do the sound thing. So what you want to do is you want to go to events, the yellow one, and drag this one when the green flag is clicked. So what this does is when underneath it, each time you click on the green flag, it will do the stuff that's underneath it. So what you want to do next is you want to go to motion, and then you want to click on this one and drag it, go to random position. So let's test it out. When you click on the green flag, our cat will go to a different position every time. So that's pretty cool. So now what we have to do next is we have to make sure that our cat can move, because right now we can't move our cat. So basically, we want to go to events and drag this block. So when space key pressed, you want to drag this into the coding area, and if you click on the space, there's a little drop down menu. So we don't want to have the space. We want to have up arrow, down arrow, right arrow, and left arrow. So what we want to do is we want to change the space to up arrow. Then what we want to do next is go to motion, and we want to go down to this one, change Y by 10. So basically what this does is it changes the Y position, and basically Y is going up, and X is going horizontal. So Y is vertical, X is horizontal. So now if I click the green flag, each time I press the up arrow key, right, like I'm doing right now, it changes Y by 10, which makes it go up 10 steps. But we can't go down to the left or to the right because we don't have the code to do that. So what we want to do is now we want to create it for that too. So now we want to do, when down arrow key pressed, change Y by -10. So now what this does is when the down key is pressed, it makes it go down. And when up key is pressed, it makes it go up. So we want to do that to make it go left and right too. So let's do that. Almost done. Okay, so we are done now. So now if I click on the green flag, it goes to a random position. Then if I press the right arrow key, goes there. Left arrow key goes here. Down arrow key goes there. And up arrow key goes there. just like that. So now, what's next for us to do is we want to create a backdrop. So a backdrop is basically a background. So basically, what you want to do is you want to go over here to this. My screen recorder thing is covering it a bit, but you want to go here, and then you want to go to choose a backdrop by hovering over it and then clicking on it. So then this screen will pop up. So then you can choose one. You can choose one for what you want to do. I would say probably doing like one of the basketball ones, but I think that the beach one could also be fine. I'm gonna click on basketball 2. You can also do basketball 1 if you'd like, but I'm gonna do basketball 2. So now what's next for us to do is we want the cat to go, we want there to be a ball. So over here on you go here and it will say choose a sprite. So what you want to do is you want to hover over this to choose a sprite. Then this screen will pop up. So you can go to search and then you can type in ball. So there's going to be some balls that you can choose from. You can choose a basketball, baseball, or just a regular ball. I'm going to choose a basketball because we have a basketball court. So now what's next for us to do is we want to make the ball move. So now we are on the basketball and this is our cat. So in order to make things less confusing, let's just rename our cat by going on to it. And right next to here, the sprite, and this is the sprite name, it's sprite 1. So let's just rename it to cat to make things easier. So now for us, what we can do is we go to the basketball. Then what we want to do is drag when flag clicked from events and then go to random position, and then we want to go to events and get this one into here, this when any arrow key pressed, and we want to change this to when any key pressed. So when any key is pressed, then you want to go to motion and drag the glide 1 seconds to random position. So basically what this does is while you are controlling the cat, for example, so I'm making the cat go down, each time that you press anything, it makes the ball move. So you want to try to avoid the ball. But you might notice that when the cat is touching the ball, it doesn't do anything, and that's because we haven't added code for it touching. So then what we want to do next is if touching, we want to go to control and get this forever. So what the forever does is anything inside of it, it does that forever when the green flag is clicked. So next what you want to do is get this if then statement. So what this does is it does like if something happens, then it will do that inside of it. So if you get like something like key space pressed like this, then whenever you press the space key, it will do whatever is inside of it. So now what you want to do is go to sensing and get this touching mouse pointer, and you want to change the mouse pointer to basketball so that it does that. And then what you want to do next is you want to go to events. Actually, you want to go to control and scroll down and grab this stop all, and then you want to drag the stop all inside of the if touching basketball. So now what happens is like you can move around, And if you were touching the basketball, then it will stop all. For some reason, it's not working, so let me see how to. Okay, so guys, I figured out the solution to it. So you go to looks, which is the purple one, and then it will say hello for 2 seconds. So you can change hello, and what you want to do is you want to change it to you lose instead. And then you drag the you lose into the forever if touching basketball. So now, if I touch the basketball, the cat says you lose, just like that. So now what we want to do is, now that the game is almost complete, we want to do something new. So there's this orange one called variables down here. So you want to go to variables, and then you want to click on this button, which is make a variable, and then this should appear. So now what you want to do is you want to give the variable a name. So let's type in score, and we want to make sure it's for all sprites. So something like this called score should appear in the top left. So now what we want to do is we want to create another variable called timer. So you go to make a variable and you make it timer, just like that. So now there's a score and variable timer. So now what's next is each time we want to go to the basketball, and then we want to drag forever into the when flag clicked, and inside of the forever we want to put this if then statement. So then next we want to go to sensing, and we want to grab this if touching mouse pointer and change it to cat. And then what it will do is now it will change the score by okay guys, so I thought I would make this video a bit easier. So what I did is I actually removed all that, and I got rid of the variables by clicking on them and then pressing the delete, because I want to make this easier for you guys to understand. So what we actually want to do is we want to go to sensing and click on this check mark next to timer, and then you'll see that this timer will start running. Don't worry about that because we can fix that later. So now what we want to do is we want to grab this reset timer button, and we want to drag it underneath the when flag clicked. So now each time I press the green flag, the timer restarts. So we want to have a certain time limit. So we want to do we want to go to this. We want to go to control and grab an if then statement. And then what we want to do is we want to go to operators, which is the green one, and this is where all like the math stuff is, like multiplication, division, inequalities, and all that. This is where all that stuff is. So basically, we want to drag in this something less than greater than 50, the greater than inequality. And what we want to do is we want to go to sensing and scroll down and drag this timer into this hole. So now if the timer is greater than something, then something will happen. So we want to make this something to, maybe we can make it 30, so that there's a 30-second time limit. So if the timer is greater than 30, then we want to go to control and grab this stop all block and do that. So then basically what happens now is, let's just run out the time without getting hit. I'm just gonna run out the time. Oh, come on, I got hit. So basically what happens now is, now that the timer's over 30, everything stopped. So I think that's it for our game, for now at least. I think that's it for the game. You can now what you want to do is you want to go and press the save now button if there is one there. Then you want to click on share if you want to share your project to Scratch. You can click on share. You can rename your project to avoid ball, and then you can like write how to move, so like left goes, let's go left or something, and then you can write like, I made this by watching uh a YouTube video. So basically that, I think that's it for this video. So I'll see you in a bit for another video, and goodbye. Please remember to subscribe to Ishan Videos and Gaming, and I will see you next time. Bye.